Hi, welcome back to our podcast, Books Don't Review Themselves. I'm Jessica.
And I'm Kim. Today we're going to be talking about The Silent Patient by The Silent Patient by Alex Michaelides. I'm not sure how you pronounce his last name. Not to give anything away, so you actually go watch this podcast, but we also did our top 5 books of 2019. And The Silent Patient was on both of our lists. Mm-hmm. So, it's a pretty darn good book. I'll just read the synopsis and then we'll get to talking about it. Alicia Brunninson's life is seemingly perfect. A famous painter married to an in-demand fashion photographer, she lives in a grand house with big windows overlooking a park in one of London's most desirable areas. One evening, her husband Gabriel returns home late from a fashion shoot, and Alicia shoots him 5 times in the face, and then never speaks another word. Alicia's refusal to talk or give any kind of explanation turns a domestic tragedy into something far grander, a mystery that captures the public imagination and casts Alicia into notoriety. The price of her art skyrockets, and she, the silent patient, is hidden away from the tabloids and spotlight at the Grove, a secure forensic unit in North London. Leo Faber is a criminal psychotherapist who has waited for a long time for the opportunity to work with Alicia. His determination to get her to talk and unravel the mystery of why she shot her husband takes him down a twisting path into his own motivations. A search for the truth that threatens to consume him. Yeah. Okay, I'm just going to say read it, and I think we're done with the podcast. Yeah. It was excellent. Where to begin?
So, I give it 5 stars.
Me too.
Okay. So, we touched on it a little bit in our other podcast episode, our top reads of 2019, and the thing that I had said in that one, and I will reiterate that here, is that I put off reading this book for a while because, A, the cover, like we had said, is not super
enticing.
Yeah. The synopsis is good, but I kept seeing it everywhere, and it's kind of like the Oscars, where it's like these no-name movies get the Oscar, and it's like, okay, and then you watch them, and it's like, And so that's kind of the feeling I had with it, so I was kind of being a snob, and I decided, okay, I'm going to do it, and I listened to it, and it was so good. It, like, blew my mind. The twists, the ending, everything blew my fucking mind. And then I told her to read it, and she put it off. And then she finally did read it, and I had to laugh so hard because when she was texting me, like, what she thought the ending was going to be, I had to, like, hold back, and it was so hard because I'm like, she's so wrong, and she doesn't even know it.
Mm-hmm. I did say she was a psychopath, though. And, I mean, in ways, she was a psychopath, depending how you look at mental health.
Yeah.
But I was not even close to.
No.
I was not even in the right ballpark.
No, and it was funny because you were so confident that it was one of those things.
It would have been a completely obviously different book if it would have been like her brother-in-law lawyer and a sex game gone wrong, but I was kind of looking forward to that.
Yeah. So.
But no, it was not.
Yeah, it's really well written. You don't see the twist coming.
And a lot of times when lots of people, talk about a book and they're like, oh, the twist, oh my God. And then you get to the twist and you're like,
it wasn't that twisty. It wasn't that
good.
So, yeah, this one does have a really good twist. It was my number 1.
My number 2.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, it was high up there. Mm-hmm. So, I don't really have much else to say that's not going to be a spoiler.
The other thing that I do want to talk about for this one is the Me Too movement, gaslighting of people / women, mental health issues. Now that we talk about it more, I mean, it still needs to be talked about way more and dealt with a lot more. But he does talk about it in this book, and I thought that was really good. Also, him being a man, talking about gaslighting of women, I thought that was commendable to even try to approach that subject. And the way that he did it, it was very well. Mm-hmm. So that's the only other really, big thing before get into spoilers. And even the spoilers, I mean, we're not going to tell the ending because that is crazy. Is there anything else or no?
No.
Okay, so if you haven't read this book, go read it. Then come back and listen to the rest of our talk about it. Otherwise, if you have read it, please continue with us.
Yes.
Okay, so where do you want to go for spoilers?
I don't know. I feel like
it all leads to the ending, so there's not much that you can say.
Yeah, you know, the more I'm thinking about it, it's like, I don't, you know.
Because once you start with one thing, then it leads to another, and then you're like, and then I think the ending would be more noticeable.
Yes.
I will say the thing that I keep wanting to say whenever we talk about it, but I don't because I think this could give it away. But since we're in the spoiler section, we give you plenty of time to back out if you haven't read it. If you've seen The Usual Suspects with Kaiser Sose, the ending is kind of similar. And when I finished this book, first of all, when I finished watching The Usual Suspects years ago, I was like, God damn. I'm like...
Is that the one that you...
I said you have to watch. It's with Kevin Spacey and one of the Baldwins, and I think Benicio del Toro's in it and stuff. But when I finished watching it, I was like, I was blown away, and it was so awesome. And then I think we saw it in the movie theater, actually. So then when it came out on DVD, then I had to watch it again so I could, you know, piece it and be like, holy crap, that and that and that and that. So when I finished The Silent Patient, it was like that. And I'm just like, holy crap, that and that and that and that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I was...
Like, it made sense.
Mm-hmm. And I was happy, and it was not what I was expecting at all, and it was totally unpredictable, and it had that wow factor, and I
think the thing that was so phenomenal about it, too, is not only does it have the twist is so twisty, but you know how, like, when you read a book and there's a twist, it literally is like a singular thing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
This was such a twist that literally unfolded the entire fucking book. Mm-hmm. When you are given this twist, it's like you're like having flashbacks to different parts of the book. So it's like a fucking carpet is getting rolled out. Where a lot of times, like, not saying that other twists aren't good, but they're like a singular twist, and it was like, and they did it. Yeah. You know, kind of like makes me think of like Clue or something, where it's like, okay, that's the killer. Yeah. But this just unravels the fucking story. And, like, to be able to do that is, I think, is so incredible. Mm-hmm. So
I want to, like, talk to him or read an interview or something and be like, where did you come up with this idea?
Yeah.
Was it a dream? Did you read an article? What?
And how did you think to execute it? Like, how did you think, like, that's what I want to know is, like, how do you plan, like, the same thing with, like, something like Harry Potter or, like, just these really in-depth books is like, how do you fucking plan this? Mm-hmm. How do you lay this out? How do you have, like, this one moment that just fucking changes everything that I just read? Because you go into this reading this thing and you're like, oh, I know what's going on, and, like, blah, 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 and she's crazy. And then all of a sudden you're just like, what?
And besides the awesome ending that just messed with everything that you had thought was going on, there's also, like, he was also solving a mystery at the same time. You know, he was talking to various people to find out clues about her past. Right. So that was another aspect that was really enjoyable. And I wouldn't say, I mean, some thrillers are like, wham, bam, thank you, man. They are just fast-paced through the entire thing. This was not a fast-paced thriller. I didn't feel like it was, at least.
No, and I feel like it was steady.
Steady.
But it wasn't...
I hate to say this because people always, you know, I kept having to turn the pages because it was so good. You know, to me, that usually signals a great book. And that wasn't the case with this. It wasn't like, oh my God, what's going to happen next? It was just a nice story to read and to watch him, you know, unravel the small mysteries, you know, talk to this person, find out that thing. And you're like, oh, okay. So, you know, a few times my mind changed on what was going on when he talked to a new person and whatever they had to say. But then when you get to the end, you're like, what the fuck did I just read? You know?
I don't. Like, when we say go read this, like, we really mean it. Like, we really mean it. It was just so good. Mm-hmm. And it was like, I always say, like, thrillers are, like, my thing. Mm-hmm. But, like, a good psychological thriller, there's nothing better. There's nothing better. It just left me so excited. And it sucked because there was, like, nothing good I could read after that. It was, like, because, you know, like, when you finish a book that's so good and it's like, okay, I want to read something similar. And it's like, there was just nothing. Mm-hmm. There was, like, nothing. Mm-hmm. But,
you should have just went to Amazon and typed in put a downable
thrillers.
Then, you know, you would have for sure found one that matched. God, whenever we see that on the cover, we need to just be like, no, we're not going to read that because that's bullshit. Bullshit.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess I really don't have a whole lot of spoilers because, like, if I say one thing, then it's going to open up a can and takes away the magic.
Yeah. So honestly, just read it, love it, enjoy it. Let us know what you think. I mean, maybe you're going to be like, that book was shit. And if it was, then we might fight. But, you know, that's fine.
Yeah. And if you're going to say it was shit, I want to know why.
Yeah. You can't just be like, that book was shit. You need to actually give reasons.
Yeah.
As to why. But hopefully you don't, and I don't think you probably will. If you listen to our podcast often, you probably like books similar to what we enjoy. So
right. And it was like #1 on Goodreads thriller. So I mean that's something. Like you don't just get those accolades. It's not the Oscars.
Not the Oscars, exactly.
So yeah, we hope you read it. We hope you enjoy it. Check out our top 2019 reads. And I don't think all the books that I read in 2019 were like my top 2019. I don't think they were all written
in 2019.
Like I don't think
you just read them in 2019.
I think most of them are, but I think maybe 1 or 2 might have been written outside of 2019.
I think all of mine were. Yeah, okay. All of mine were in 2019.
So, yeah, go check that out. Otherwise, we hope to see you in 2020 and have a great new year.
Bye.